European Championship final for Spain in 2012. Proud moment for those local youngsters to be in the company of such footballing royalty tonight. Should be a cracking game. Already had some outstanding matches in this International Champions Cup so far. Let's take a look at how the two teams line up then for their opening matches respectively in this competition. AC Milan name a very strong side, featuring the experienced skipper Leonardo Bonucci, also last season's top scorer Patrick Cutrone with 16 goals for the club. Former Liverpool midfielder Suso also starts, as does their teenage goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. Strong substitutes bench as well, featuring Fabio Borini, once of Sunderland, and Christian Zapata. There's no Anthony Martial for Manchester United tonight. He's been linked with a move away from Old Trafford, but he's flown back home to be with his partner as she prepares to give birth to their son. We wish them all the very best. Alexis Sanchez starts, having sorted out his visa problems, but captain Antonio Valencia is rested after picking up an injury in the friendly against San Jose Earthquakes, and Lee Grant, a summer signing from Stoke City, starts in goal. Martial listed there among the subs, but he will play no part, having been given permission to return home. Some things are more important than football matches. There are the officials, led by Baldomero Toledo, all from the United States of America, who are putting on such a good show for us in this International Champions Cup. Two of the most popular teams in the world, drawing a crowd here as the referee prepares to get us underway. AC Milan have won the Champions League or European Cup 7 times, Manchester United 3 times. United look as if they might be playing with 3 at the back. Clive will, I'm sure, explain it to you in just a moment once we get underway.
Yeah, absolutely. Very interested to see how United will shape up with young Chans, will be looking as if he's going to come into a back 3. Darmian and Shaw operating as wing-backs rather than full-backs.
Well, here's one of the Milan full-backs, Calabria, making an early mistake and then committing a foul on Matteo Darmian.
Yeah, Darmian on the front foot there, getting forward and then surprising Milan fullback. Good opportunity for Juan Mata to deliver from this area.
And he's got a cultured left foot, as we've seen. United have got plenty of red shirts forward as the 19-year-old Gianluigi Donnarumma waits. Plenty of United support inside the ground. Just having a quiet word with one of those United players inside the box who need to stay on side from Mata's delivery.
Early test for this Milan defence, holding a high line.
Mata swirls it in, and it's taken a flick on the way through. It might be a corner kick. Certainly that's what United were appealing. Bonucci just getting his head to it. The redoubtable AC Milan captain. Sanchez will take the corner and take it short. Back it comes from Mata. Sanchez into the Milan box. It drops for Ander Herrera, looking for space for a cross. He's found that space, and it's just nudged back by McTominay. It's a very positive start by United.
Yeah, big appeals from Smalling as well for a possible handball, as that ball's ricocheting around in that 6-yard box. But United on the front foot right from the start.
Lee Grant, I know, is a player you know well, Clive. He's had a long career, 35 years of age now. Finds himself playing for Manchester United in a prestige tournament.
Yeah, right at the end of his career. He's had a very solid career. Worked with him as a young player in the England youth setup, and great opportunity for him. It's such a club of great history. Lee will not disappoint. A very, very good professional over his career.
Spent last season at Stoke City, who of course were relegated from the Premier League. Only made 5 appearances for them. Also played for Burnley and Derby in his career. This is his 7th club. Away by Bonucci. United pressuring hard and coming away with the ball, and an early shot tipped away by goalkeeper Donnarumma. It was fired in by Scott McTominay, I think, from the edge of the penalty area with his left foot, forcing the young goalkeeper into early action.
Yeah, Herrera, real high pressure from Manchester United with McTominay picking it up just some 25 yards out. Fierce drive towards the far corner. Donnarumma had to be smart down to his right-hand side.
Made his debut age 16, Gianluigi Donnarumma, whose brother Antonio is also on the club's books as a goalkeeper. The younger brother is the more consistent starter, and Manchester United have started very well here as Bonucci looks to spread it across towards Ignacio Abate, the right fullback, one club man, although he's had a number of loans. Here's Bonucci again. Nicely done by Luke Shaw. United have certainly made a very positive start to this one. Jose Mourinho was an opportunity inside the opening 5 minutes. Manchester United didn't have a very successful time of it in this competition last year. They did beat Manchester City, which of course they always enjoy doing, but then lost on penalties to Real Madrid and were also beaten by Barcelona. AC Milan beat Dortmund. Sorry, lost to Dortmund, beat Bayern last time. Here's Andreas Pereira, Manchester United's Brazilian, although Belgian-born midfield player, number 15 on the ball here. Launches it forward. Easily cut out by the Milan defence. Milan, of course, beaten in the Europa League last season by an English club, Arsenal. Looking to get forward again here. It's come out to Calabria. An effort on goal there, which was in this place. That's a handball, was it? It looked like anyway. By Locatelli. The referee has let that one go.
Really interested to see the role that Pereira will play. He's just slotted in as a holding midfield player, the central player. McTominay starting on the left and Herrera on the right-hand side in the heart of that midfield.
Here's Sanchez, can't quite get onto the end of the ball by Shaw. He does now, and flicks it through neatly. Doesn't quite run though for Mata. Herrera putting pressure on Donnarumma. Eventually, Sakio will get it forward. And a loose one again. Here's Damian, will be keen to do well against his Italian compatriots. Here's Pereira for United, and now Sanchez brought clumsily down. That'll be a free kick to United.
Clever play from Sanchez. Good ball from Pereira. The diagonal fierce pass into Sanchez's feet. Good first touch and draws the challenge from Suso. Wins a free kick again in a dangerous area. But impressed by the way that United have started, pressing high up the field, trying to win the ball back in the final third, not allowing Milan any time or space to play out comfortably.
Another opportunity to test the young goalkeeper. Youngest ever Italian international keeper at 17. Sanchez is the man standing over the ball. Suggests he might go for goal here. Which he has done. Donnarumma again down to his right-hand side. Makes the save.
That's a smart save because that's a fierce shot from Sanchez. And the thing is, for the goalkeeper, you watch the way it bounces just in front of him. So he has to be really aware and alert throwing himself to the right-hand side to parry away.
Twice called into action. Sanchez will now attempt a different type of set piece, which is easily cleared on the full by Kalhanoglu, the Turkish international. Look out for him when AC Milan get a free kick. He's their dead ball specialist. The Milanese have a free kick far side. There is Gennaro Gattuso, took over in November from Vincenzo Montella. It's in a process of rebuilding, really, at AC Milan, who've lost a little of their lustre from the glory days of the late 80s and early 90s.
Oh, that's quite wonderful teams over the years, not as powerful, as strong in Serie A, certainly in the last 5 years.
Days of Maldini and Baresi and Shevchenko. Here's Bonucci, swapping passes with Calabria. Musacchio, Argentine international, not part of the World Cup squad though. Might find a way through. The referee given there, maybe handball there.
Yeah, handball against Herrera. That ball's played forward. He's not happy. He's remonstrating, but Milan are getting on with it.
Still remonstrating when they took the free kick, so he had to get his concentration back quickly. Good tackle by Scott McTominay.
Yeah, 13 Premier League appearances for McTominay last season. He's just starting to, I think, ease his way into Jose Mourinho's thoughts. Been impressive. Certainly has a knack for playing in different positions in that midfield area as well for the manager.
At one point he was keeping Paul Pogba out of the side. I just wonder whether that World Cup win and World Cup final goal will maybe elevate Pogba a little, in the sense that the general consensus he's generally underachieved with United. I just wonder how much that that World Cup final performance will boost him when he comes back into the team.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to seeing the Paul Pogba that we saw in the World Cup this summer. Fantastic performances for France. Certainly didn't reach those heights for United last season.
No. Just over 10 minutes gone, goalless, but teams have produced chances. And AC Milan might produce another here. The ball just flicked square and then knocked a long way off target this time by Kessie, who was a good deal nearer a moment ago when he found the side netting.
There was a slick build-up from Milan, though. Better passing. The ball worked to Kessie. He just slices across the shot. No direction. Certainly was never going to trouble Lee Grant.
5 goals in his 51 appearances last season, the Ivorian. It's a clever ball forward. There's a chance. There's the goal. Alexis Sanchez for Manchester United. Easy as you like. Beautiful ball through to him. And he took it so well. And Manchester United have the early goal. And they lead 1-0.
And that really is well crafted from Manchester United, from McTominay's header, a Matters pass in behind the defence. The Milan defenders despairing and asking for the offside decision. You can see clearly the timing of the run was perfect. Sanchez as cool as you like, sliding it into the far corner, giving Donnarumma no chance. Well won by McTominay. Excellent first time pass from Mata. Clinical finish from Sanchez.
Super touches all round from United. McTominay winning the ball initially, Mata with precision, and then Alexis Sanchez finding the corner.
Well, John, he's hit the ground running this season. It took him a long time to get off the mark for Manchester United last season after that big transfer in the January window. That's a good way to start your season.
Yeah, it certainly is. And he might have had problems getting to America, but now he's here. He's certainly enjoying life. It was a very well taken goal. Only 3 goals in 18 appearances for United last season after joining from Arsenal. Now get 1 point. Interested, hoping that this...
The 3 central defenders stepping up, straight down the middle, in behind them, cold.
Suso was who
Spins in behind Smalling.
The sucker punch for United.
Really is a superb finish.
Whose goal, that equaliser, cancelled out. Fernandez Saez is Suso's full name, but Suso is the name that he's known by and that he wears on his shirt. Ball forward by Calabria for AC Milan. Pereira can't win it in midfield for United. Through to Calhanoglu.
Ball are always likely to cause problems to any defence.
That last ball by Bonucci was not quite as accurate as the one that produced the flourish from Suso to make it 1-1. Suso had only managed 1 goal in his previous 28 games last season, so he'll be very delighted to have got a goal here. He actually scored in the friendly win against Novara on Friday as well. So you're a striker, Clive. Nothing better than starting a new season with the promise of more to come.
Absolutely, and to get off the mark at any stage. At the start of the season, whether it's a pre-season friendly, the early stages of the league campaign, the goal just boosts your confidence and gives you that encouragement going forward.
Well, it's set up a terrific game between these 2 great names. Here's Luke Shaw. Possessed by Ignacio Abate, has to try and get the ball clear and does so cleverly. Here is Suso again. It's a lovely ball across to Calabria. At the moment, AC Milan are looking the better team. Here's Kessié. It's not a very good touch though, but equally poor one by United. Presents the ball to Milan. Here's Calhanoglu trying the drag back, doesn't quite come off. Herrera was there.
Well, just a couple of times I think they've played out particularly well, Milan. The pressure's been high from United. They're trying to recapture the ball high up the field, but just shown certainly a slickness about their passing, which has been much better.
Finished 6th in Serie A last season. Milan, they haven't been in the top 3 for the last 5 campaigns. Runners up in the cup when they were thrashed by Juventus en route to the double. Here's Damian. It's of Torino. Finding Pereira. Smalling. Now Twanzebe. Spent on loan at Aston Villa last season, Twanzebe. Here's Sanchez. Finding Mata. And again, Donnarumma forced to make a save.
Absolutely sensational turn from Sanchez in that build-up. Comes deeper, receives the ball. Just this little pass and the turn there, absolutely brilliant. And then continued his run. He was a little bit disappointed that he didn't get the return pass when he ran into the 18-yard box.
AC Milan are well in front on possession. They have the ball again here, although that's not the best ball, and Twanzebe will tidy up in front of Frank Kessié. Well played by Mata to win the ball back. Here's Sanchez finding Herrera. Bailly gets it forward to Matteo Damian. Herrera again. Damian's continued his run. Of course, he's blocked in the end, but again, it was enterprising play. Both teams playing very tidily in these opening 20 minutes.
Good tempo to the game as well. The way it started, the pressing that's going on, the quality of the football at pace that's being played.
Shaw to Sanchez, trying to get it back to Shaw. It was knocked behind by Abate. It's going to be a corner to Manchester United. Excellent start to this game at the StubHub.
looked sharp, Sanchez.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's got a corner now. Smalling has gone up, so too has Twanzebe. McTominay's there too. And Bailly. Plenty of torment to aim at. Oof. I don't know whether he meant that or not, Sanchez, but he wasn't far away from getting his second goal.
John, I think he does. He sees Donnarumma just creeping higher into his 6-yard box. You can see his starting position. He's 5 yards off of the line. He's trying to whip that in the back of the net. He's taking a chance, the goalkeeper, and Sanchez has nearly caught him out.
That was a wonderful effort. It would have been embarrassing for Donnarumma had that gone in. He did have a major wobble in the game, which AC Milan lost to Arsenal at the Emirates, who let one slip under his body. Here's Suso. That one had Lee Grant scrambling across. Grant hasn't been as busy in the opening quarter of the game as his opposite number, but Suso, having scored one already, fancied another.
But he comes inside onto his favoured left foot. You can see, is it a cross, is it a shot? Certainly he's winding that in towards the far post, and Lee Grant just wanted to make sure that that was going wide.
Short. Sanchez as ever wants the ball but doesn't receive it. Here's Bailly.
I just think it's such a good role for Shaw to be playing, because Sanchez will naturally come from out to in, so he comes infield, gives Shaw the opportunity to exploit the space wide on the left.
Here's Sanchez again. Absolutely full of life. That's a brilliant ball. Shaw with the first time cross, and again Ignacio Abate concedes a corner, but Sanchez looks totally up for this, doesn't he? He really does.
He's bright, he's alive, and when he's playing and he's in this mood, he's such a dangerous player. I think United supporters who'll be watching on will be delighted to see him in this sort of form already this season.
Here's Calhanoglu finding Calabria. Tries to get the better of Darmian. It's gone behind. I think it's a corner. A good battle as well down that left-hand side as AC Milan attack involving the two Italians.
Yeah, Calabria getting high up the field, forcing Darmian into a right-back defensive position.
Flying header, and then the ball fly hacked away by Shaw. So we'll be happy that the side were so quickly able to get themselves back on terms, having conceded. Locatelli. Clever from Suso, and Locatelli finds the pass as well. This is good from AC Milan. Kessié. And they find the end product. This is decent, but a little too long. Here's Calhanoglu. United tidy up. Here's Shaw. And he's found Sanchez. There's danger here because Mata is completely unmarked. If Sanchez can find him. Instead it's Herrera, who should have made it 2-1, not once but twice.
Well, I think his strike is just deflected back towards Donnarumma. Wonderful break from United. Shaw finding Sanchez free in acres of space. Could have perhaps delivered earlier for Mata, but then decides to roll the ball into Herrera's path. Just maybe Calabria's the shot from Herrera is slightly deflected and it comes straight into the direction of Donnarumma for him to parry.
There's a corner for United. Goalkeeper punches high. Back in from Herrera towards Juan Mata. Flag's gone up. It's going to be a free kick, I think, to United.
Clever for Mata drawing the foul.
Quickly taken, and goodness me, what a tremendous effort by Juan Mata, and that's the second time that Gianluigi Donnarumma has had to tip over or backpedal from an unexpected source.
Well, he's just taken one or two chances in his starting positions, and at that time Mata was bright, alert, nearly managed to knock that free kick over the big goalkeeper.
Corner short this time, Ander Herrera's cross. There's the header, and it's quite comfortably held from Scott McTominay. This was the moment when Mata almost caught Donnarumma. You're right, he does tend to come forward off his line, doesn't he? And that's the second time United have tried to exploit that, and the second time they've come close to doing so.
Yeah, really bright, clever play for Juan Mata.
Here's Calhanoglu finding Locatelli. Leonardo Bonucci, 31 years of age now, over 450 career appearances for him. Useful cutback. Kessié tries to go around Bailly. Bailly does well to block. Hit the bar against San Jose on Sunday. Eric Bailly in that 0-0 draw, doing his more customary defensive work there, but a corner. And Calhanoglu, as we mentioned, is a useful set-piece man.
Referee having a word. There's some holding going on. The Milan players are just making them aware of exactly what's happening in that box.
And it was highlighted during the World Cup, wasn't it? Most notably with Harry Kane for England. The fact that referees will be clamping down on that kind of thing from these situations. Finally, Calhanoglu takes the corner, and the header is blocked. And the follow-up from Kessié ends up in the gloves of Lee Grant, who was a grateful recipient. There was a half-hearted appeal for handball amongst the AC Milan players. Grant has given a rather dangerous-looking back pass, but he's dealt with it well. Herrera has brought Calhanoglu down.
Maybe there's an appeal here just on the second header. There was a high boot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was quite high on Matteo Musacchio. Nothing given in the end. It's a free kick, though, to Milan, with half an hour having elapsed. We do have water breaks, if necessary, at around the half-hour mark in these International Champions Cup matches. It doesn't look as if they're going to use that in this particular instance. Here's Calhanoglu. Cross in is flicked away. Clever by Suso, and saved by Grant.
Well, this time he goes on his right foot, which is not his favoured side, and fierce drive into the near post that Grant blocks.
It's a live wire, Suso. Here's Bonucci. It's another clever ball forward by him. Cutrone keeps it alive and finds Calabria. Good spell this from Milan. It's spoiled by a very poor ball forward.
The referee's called for a drinks break here. This is a Suso drive. Lee Grant gets his angles right, manages just to block that fierce right foot drive.
Yep, there is going to be a pause for refreshment, which is a necessary part of playing high-tempo football in these kind of temperatures. Lee Grant will be pleased to have made a save. Gattuso's taking the opportunity to have some fairly strong words with his players. He's not a man who's backwards in coming forwards.
Well, I think both coaches will go to their teams. They'll be slightly disappointed with the way that they've defended, but actually quite positive in the way that their teams have attacked. And for me, Jose, as you can see, maybe just having a word in particular with his rear guard.
Yeah.
They've given up 1 or 2 chances, and it was poor defending for the goal that they conceded.
Well, Axel Twanzebe playing as a centre-half today is more traditionally a right back.
He's playing on the left-hand side of the three, a slight surprise in playing in that position. Something that Jose Mourinho feels will work for them. I do feel that it's beneficial for Shaw playing in that left wing back position, a better role for him. Darmian trying to get forward on the right hand side. It's because they're narrow with Sanchez coming in off the line. You see a replay of the goal. Wonderful McTominay header, brilliant first time pass from Mata, but the touch and finish from Sanchez as he breaks the offside track is quite exquisite.
Yeah, found the corner with ease and celebrates accordingly. But the lead didn't last very long. Lucci's through ball, and Suso waited a while but picked his spot brilliantly.
Yeah, good. There's a long way to go, John.
Yes, there is.
More chances to be had, the way that both these teams have played offensively. By just kicking through. Kalnoglu catching him on that left ankle.
Just over 10 minutes to go to half-time. 1 apiece and all to play for. Milan's next appointment is with another English club that you know well, Tottenham Hotspur. And then they play Barcelona in Santa Clara on August the 5th. Cassier with the ball in from the wide area, just knocked away by Bailly, and then a follow-up shot is a clever and well-struck one, but Grant was able, had enough time, I think, to measure it, see it and gather it. It was a worthwhile attempt.
Yeah, going for precision. Calabria rather than the power. Lee Grant collecting at his feet. Well held. I just think all these clubs are seeing the benefit of playing high-quality opposition at this stage of the season. Obviously, a lot of them have players who have been away at the World Cup who are not here at the moment, but an opportunity for coaches to see a sprinkling of youngsters, senior players who have to step up to the mark very early in their preparations for the new season.
It's wonderful to have a prestige tournament in which to prepare for the season ahead, as well, of course, of trying to emerge as top dog in such illustrious company.
There is really no replacement for high quality games in terms of your preparation. You can work tirelessly on the training fields, but it is these sorts of games where you get up to speed and get ready for what's coming in your domestic season.
Yeah. It's been noticeably high tempo this whole tournament, really, and this game's been no exception. United have a free kick. Donnarumma, who's been tested a few times already, need to be aware of his positioning here, because Sanchez almost caught him out from a corner earlier on.
You can see him, he's on his front foot, but he's just taken a step back this time just to protect the goal.
There's the delivery, the whistle is blown with Twanzebe tangling in the box and conceding a free kick. Still just 20 years old, born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but he moved to Rochdale as a 3-year-old and has been a Manchester United player since the age of 8, although of course he had a loan spell at Aston Villa last season.
Yeah, made five Premier League appearances, and I think that Jose Mourinho did introduce 1 or 2 youngsters to give them their opportunity at the highest level in the Premier League, which was a little bit uncharacteristic of Jose. He's not been one over the years who's really used his young players in that way.
Here's Suso finding Calabria, who shot a moment ago, tested Lee Grant. That one won't. More of a chip forward in hope than anything else. But Suso not impressed. Great servant, obviously, as a player to AC Milan. Spent 13 years there before becoming coach in November. Here's Bailly. Damian. It's a clever ball. Herrera's onto it. No one really at the back post. Sanchez arriving, but a little too late. It will find Shaw, though. Here is Sanchez. McTominay. Shaw. Mata. Might have shot himself, went for the pass instead. And couldn't really create anything from that pass.
I think he's just realised that because it was clever, but no one else was on the same wavelength. You see Shaw just slides that ball to Mata. Great first touch. The shot's on. He's just trying to cut that ball, I think, back into the run of Sanchez, who's coming in to the corner of the 18-yard box. Herrera there too. I think Mata just realised that was a half a chance to strike a goal.
Certainly. Here's Bertolacci. His wife is a TV actress in Italy. Just over 5 minutes to go to half-time. Alexis Sanchez putting Manchester United in front early on, but not for long. Suso equalising almost immediately. Here's Pereira finding Shaw over on the far side, but this cross is a rather weak one. Manchester United's next match in this tournament is a mouth-watering one against Liverpool in Ann Arbor, Michigan on Saturday. Don't miss that. Here's Damian finding Bailly.
What we know about that, John, is it will always be competitive.
Yes, it doesn't matter where it is. No doubt about that. Yep, that is one they will not want to lose. Liverpool winners earlier against Manchester City. Here's Herrera.
I have to say, very, very impressive in the second half as well, yes. Liverpool.
Beaten, of course, by Dortmund prior to that. Dortmund beaten on penalties by Benfica tonight. Here's Sanchez trying to release Shaw. It's very good defending by Abate. Given away then, and Sanchez not quite able to make things happen for Juan Mata on that occasion. Frustration shows on his face.
But a bright, sparky Alexis Sanchez working back to win the ball back. They're trying to link up with Juan Mata, as they did for the goal. Mata playing in a beautiful pass for Sanchez to open the scoring.
Yes, Mata's one of those players who sometimes his thoughts are a little quicker sometimes than those of defenders. Very clever, creative player who can make things happen very quickly. Towards half-time with the two teams level. Abate forward, innocuous though. Bailly tidies up comfortably. Here's Smalling. Bailly goes long. Sanchez climbs but no contact.
Well, after what was a bright start by Manchester United, I think a really good response from Milan. It's been a very, very good contest in this first half. Honours even, going into the half-time break.
That's the value of having so many big clubs together. There's no question of anyone easing up or taking things calmly. They want to win, it's competitive.
A lot of professional pride at stake as well, John.
Absolutely.
These are big players playing for the top clubs in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, the eyes of the world are on them as well.
We thought Tuanzebe might come in as a defensive midfield player with Damian, Smalling, Bailly and Shaw as the back four.
Well, also it is pre-season, so maybe he's just trying to see if this system works.
Sanchez not able to find Mata, tidied up by Bonucci.
wouldn't be surprised if he changes it around and goes to a back four.
Yeah, well, they are allowed up to 11 substitutions in this International Champions Cup, so wholesale changes both in terms of personnel and tactics are easily able to be achieved. Final minute of the opening half, 1-1 in an entertaining tussle between two of the great clubs down the years. Here's Calhanoglu, who slid in by Bertolacci, but well defended by Damian. Likely to get 3 minutes added on because of that drinks break. That's the statutory amount of time that's added on for those breaks. So Milan may feel they can have enough time to get themselves in front for the first time. Here's Calhanoglu. It's a nice turn by him. He's going to strike it. He's capable of much, much better than that.
Yeah, he really is a good technician. His touch and control was excellent there. And when Damian slipped, he just sensed the opportunity to drive into the space, take on the shot. It was an aimless effort.
Scored 8 goals in Serie A last season for the club. And he is again on the ball, the Turkish international. Strong challenge by Shaw, too strong, says the referee, and it's going to be a free kick.
Oh, he's really clever there because he actually miscontrols the ball, and then there's contact. He falls to the ground and wins the free kick for his team. Maybe just the last opportunity for Milan to trouble that United rearguard in this first half.
Well, Calhanoglu inevitably is standing over the ball. Born in Germany, but represents the country of his parents. Suso is also there, but fancy Calhanoglu maybe to deliver with that right foot.
Or does Suso fancy a shot?
He does. That's one that was always rising and never going to trouble Lee Grant.
Well, he does have a wonderful left foot, does Suso.
Took his goal wonderfully well. And the ball that kind of came over his shoulder just bided his time really and lashed his left foot at it and found the corner unerringly. A lot of United support behind Lee Grant's goal. See the flags there. Saw one banner which said something like travelled 10,112 miles to see United. I'm impressed by the accuracy of that.
They've measured it.
Yeah.
Football club that has global support.
Well, everywhere you go in the world, you'll see Manchester United shirts. It's always been the case. Here's Bonucci wearing AC Milan's change strip tonight. Looks like it's going to be one apiece at the interval, and all to play for in the second half. Here's Bonucci, who's already set up one goal. Calhanoglu quickly onto it. Maybe Milan aren't quite finished yet. Here's Calabria into the box, chance. Suso, Kessier, deflected wide.
Yeah, Shaw gets a good block in the end, but again, it's really slick, the passing from Milan. Worked the ball from the left-hand side, out to Kessier on the right. His shot deflected wide by Shaw.
It may just be time to take the corner. Or will there? No, the referee's decided that that is half-time, so